G'day everybody, Sean from Bourbon Brothers with Bottle 2 for our February release, Woodford Double Oaked. So, Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. Comes from the Woodford Reserve Distillery, which is Brown-Forman, out of Kentucky, USA. Comes in at 43.2 ABV. It is 72% corn, 18% rye, and 10% malted barley. It doesn't have an age statement. It's aged in the typical virgin white oak cask, but then it is finished again in a second brand new virgin white oak cask, and that's what makes the Double Oak unique. So it's quite an interesting bourbon. So you've got a lot of bourbons out there that are finished in wine barrels or rum barrels or sherry or port barrels out there, but Woodford Reserve was the first one to really have that second finishing in a brand new virgin white oak charred barrel to give it that extra punch. And it's really neat with that sort of straightforward Woodford Reserve, and by giving it this second finishing in that brand new charred oak barrel, it definitely adds a flavour punch to this bourbon. So rebarreling a whiskey isn't new. So barrel finished bourbons have been popular and they continue to grow in popularity as the bourbon boom continues. What it does, it's an efficient way for bourbon distillers to set themselves apart in what is quite a crowded marketplace by adding that second finishing to their product. So Brown-Forman let the Woodford Reserve sit for quite a few months in that second barrel that's got a heavy char on it, and what that does is imports just a great flavour punch. It gives it that real deep oaky flavour and just an amazing depth of colour, which we'll look at in a moment. So without waiting any longer, why don't we crack it open and have a look. So what you will notice first of all is just that deep, rich toffee colour. It's one of the darkest on the market and I just love the look of it. Quite good legs. So that first nose on it, when you get it, I get a really deep butterscotch. And then you get a bit of that oak coming through and a bit of fruit and chocolate in there, but it's really that butterscotch nose on it that's really, really interesting and nice on the nose. When it first hits your palate, you get that really dry oak taste coming through. But then it gives way to that sort of burnt caramel, bit of fruit, that peppery rye kick that we all enjoy, and then you finish off with sort of the classic Woodford almond finish within there. And that lingers on the finish, so you continue with that sort of burnt caramel, peppery rye, and you get that Woodford almond and a bit of charred oak on the finish. So look, every single bourbon lover that I know definitely has a bottle of the Double Oak on their shelf. It's a terrific value mid-range proposition in bourbon. It's thoroughly enjoyable and I absolutely recommend you go out and grab a bottle of the Woodford Reserve Double Oak and make it part of your rotation. Enjoy it your way and enjoy your journey. Woodford Reserve was really the very first one to go ahead and have a second finishing in a brand new white oak charred. It's a barrel, Sean.